Yeah, I am the tax man. I'm Attorney Steven Leahy. This is the IRS Radio Hour on AM560 The Answer. Joined here with Deborah Schreiner and Jim Leahy.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, if we're not answering your question on this show, there's other ways of getting that information. Go on our YouTube page, go on chicagotaxteam.com, or call Attorney Steven Leahy, 312-664-6649.
And now, here's that man with a head just crammed full of knowledge, Mr. Know-It-All.
That's correct, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Know-It-All, the segment where Attorney Steven Leahy will give us that infinite wisdom on all things taxes.
It is true. Today, the question arose.
Does you have infinite wisdom on taxes?
No, that wasn't the question. But is that the
No, the question today is going to be, why is your office named Opem Tax Resolution? Why is it not
Tax
Opem?
Resolution?
Why is it not Stephen A. Leahy Law Office? Why is it not come to me if you want your taxes done in ink?
That would be good.
Very direct.
But here's the thing. Here's the reason why is because why this came up is someone was asking me. Joe Wall sometimes will refer to me as Open Tax Resolution, and I am Open Tax Resolution because I own that name too, Jim, and I do have Open Tax Resolution. But I prefer Opem Tax Resolution, O-P-E-M Tax Resolution.
Well, why is it Opem?
Because that is a Latin word that means to help. Okay, and when I searched for a name for my company. And this is the great thing about working for yourself, right? You can always come up with your own name. You can do whatever you want, right? You call it any way you want.
So awesome.
It is awesome. I think about boats and how they name their boats, right? I do. I was watching The Deadliest Catch, and they were talking about how they came up with the names for their boats. And how I came up with Opem is...
Hey, Frank, what's your boat's name? The Titanic?
Actually, one of the guys in Deadliest Catch, I forget the name of it, but he said, I looked it up, and it meant calls mariners to their death. And he said, well, I had to rethink the name of that because I didn't want to call the mariners to their death.
Well, but here's the real question. Opem Tax Resolution is Latin for to help.
Yes.
What are you helping people with?
Well, I help people solve their financial problems. And see, because it's Latin is tied to, I'm Catholic, okay? So as a Catholic, we want to live out our faith. And living out our faith is meaning helping people. That's what I do. I'm passionate about helping people. It's kind of cliche because you hear that people say that, well, I want to help people. But that's like on the show. We're passionate about sharing information. That's what we do. We're sharing this information to help people. In the end, we might get some clients or we might not. It really doesn't matter. But my goal is to help as many people as I can. And I want to tie it to my faith. If you look at our logo, I have a logo. It looks like a navigation wheel, but actually that navigation wheel is a number of crosses and circles. And so again, this is another way to tie what I do every day to my faith. I have people. When
you look closely, there's a little beer bottle in the bottom.
Well, that's it. It's an old style can, but that's in the middle. Okay, surrounded by crosses. Actually, it's just a joke. But you'll see that when you come into my office again, because it's my office, I have a crucifix up on in my conference room, and I always forget it's there. I put it up the day that we moved in. I put that up, and I always forget it's there. But occasionally, somebody will say to me, actually, this happened last week. Someone looked up. They said they were talking about hiring me. They were debating whether they want to hire me, and they said, he told me to. And I was kind of confused. I said, what do you, he pointed up, he told me to. I was praying and he told me to. I pray that I could help as many people as I can. And so if you're praying that you're looking for someone to help them, that's what's a good match. I might not be the one for you. There's other people out there. But that's what I do. Okay, so my goal is to help as many people as I can. And if you're having problems, I want to help you. And I'm going to do the best I can to be open, honest, and forthright with you. And that's part of it, right? You want someone you can trust and someone that's going to be honest with you. I think so many in this line of work are not honest with their clients, and they tell them what they want to hear. Sometimes my clients aren't happy with what I tell them. but I'm always going to be honest. And again, sometimes that's good, and sometimes for my clients, it's always good to be honest. Okay. Sometimes you don't like to hear the answer, but it's better you know the honest answer than to be led astray with false promises. And I never make a false promise. I always say under promise, over perform. Right? Don't make promises you can't keep. We talk a lot about that, about offers and compromise, and how all these outfits talk about pay pennies on the dollar, and everybody wants to pay the IRS pennies on the dollar. The sad truth is, not everybody can, and I'm always going to be honest with you and tell you the way it is. Anyway, I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
That's right. Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a question that isn't answered on this show, please call Opem Tax Resolution 312-664-6649. Ask that question, and we'll put it on the show. So we'll answer it right on air. Well, you also get it answered when you call Attorney Steven Leahy, too. 312-664-6649. And visit ChicagoTaxTeam.com. It's going to be your hub to fight the IRS. Now, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned because we're going to wrap this show up, IRS Radio Hour style, the only way we know how to.
That's absolutely true.
To pray that we do it.
Very good.
We do it the right way. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. Listen to our sponsors and come back here on AM560 The Answer.